Hi Ayush bro, welcome to the podcast. How did you plan your subjects in your second year, third year as well as fourth year for the GATE exam?
This is one line of reference, the CDSA EDA you can do, and then another line of reference can be TOC and compiler design. Then you can go for data logic, computer architecture, then OS.
What is the role of PYQs in your GATE preparation?
Reminder of the topic, the reminder of the thing came again and again and again. And what happened? What happened in the actual GATE exam? The person who was not scoring just 20 days before, 40 marks also, he was able to get 444 rank.
So how is the BARC exam different from GATE exam?
You should know how to read 100 questions, how to pick your zone of questions, so that you can familiar that how your accuracy coming into the picture, that you have to solve 60 to 70 questions or 70 to 80 questions.
So what is the actual strategy you have followed for the actual BARC exam?
And suddenly when I was giving my second or third question, the PC went off. If I am in that condition, I would have panicked. Someone else would have panicked. But I wasn't. Because for me, the BRC exam was simply the sample test for my GATE.
So can you briefly share your complete interview experience at BARC for scientific officer role?
One thing when you go, which I have gone with my mindset, is they are not there to reject you. They are there to select you.
So BARC, which means Bhabha Atomic Research Centre, which is India's premier nuclear facility which drives research and development for nuclear energy, science and technology. So it mainly focuses on developing nuclear power using radioisotopes for industry, healthcare and agriculture, and also it drives advanced technology for national security and societal applications. So for this podcast, I brought you a guest who is working as scientific officer at BARC. So the guest for today's podcast is Ayush Pandey, where he is currently working as a scientific officer at BARC, where he completed his 1-year training and currently he has 3 years of experience as scientific officer at BARC. So in this podcast, we will find out Ayush bro's complete journey. So if you are someone who are preparing for BARC, make sure you watch this entire podcast. So without any further ado, let's get started. So hi Ayush bro, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks bro, thanks a lot for inviting me to this podcast.
How are you bro?
I am fine bro, excellent. Just last weekend had a cricket match and right now very good. Just had a gym right now. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So how is your life at BARC?
A very work-life balance life I have, if I say in small, simple words. It involves both the quality of work plus enough time for yourself, involving your gym, involving your diet, whatever you want to do. There is enough time because after the office, I don't have any contact with the office.
Okay, nice. So Ayush bro, first of all, I would like to thank you so much for giving your valuable time. I know you have a pretty tight schedules. You have given some of your valuable time for me as well as for my audience. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure, bro. You are doing a great job. I have seen your last YouTube videos also. It's important at this time of era that people are guided in the right direction, that there are jobs. There are quality jobs with good package. It just required your good skills, and if you have done enough hard work, you will get the job. That's all I want to sum up. The summary of this is this only, that there are jobs. People are just being scared that AI will take away all your jobs, but it is not like that. Just people are looking for the good skills. Whether you have a research knowledge based, whether you have practical knowledge based, whatever if it is, if you have it, you will get the job.
In the beginning of this podcast only, you have given some motivation to the upcoming aspirants. So Ayush bro, we will start this podcast with your introduction. So can you briefly introduce about yourself to our audience?
Hello everyone, myself Ayush Pandey. Currently I work as a scientific officer at BRC. I have done my schooling from St. Gabriel's School, Jabalpur, and then after that, I have done my college from Jabalpur Engineering College, and after that, I prepared for my GATE exam. And during my GATE preparation, BRC came into the picture. I have cleared my BRC exam in my second attempt with written and interview both. So currently, I am right now here. Yes, that's all I want to say right now.
As you started preparing for the GATE exam in your second year onwards, so like how did you plan your subjects in your second year, third year, as well as fourth year for the GATE exam?
Generally what happened now, we start from the basics. So yes, we know the programming a little bit because start from our second year in the computer science subject. But for the GATE, right now also it's the same. Just the C which we start with. Then we go for the DSA. C, DSA, EDA. This is one zone of subject. You cannot start EDA and DSA before learning C. It goes like that. So this is one line of reference. The C, DSA, EDA you can do. EDA means algorithms. And then another line of reference can be TOC and compiler design. Then you can go for computer architecture, data logic, computer architecture, and then OS, like that. And then you can computer network and DBMS you can consider separate, and then the engineering mathematics you can go through. So like the subjects were divided, and I prepared it parallelly according to the zone of reference. And that's the preparation goes, because when you are learning from the second year, you learn through books. Like people who are right now preparing for the GATE subject and started preparing from second, third year, they know Tenenbaum, Frozen, Morris Meno for data logic. Like that, there are different books which we have gone through while we are preparing from the second year of the GATE, for the GATE. Yes.
Yeah. So, bro, while preparing for the GATE exam, like what kind of resources you mostly rely on? Like, have you followed your college curriculum books, or have you referred any YouTube videos or any coaching materials?
Let me tell you straight. During my time, there was something called as Byju's. Right now, it is not there. During that, the teacher were very good at Byju's, through which I am studied. Right now, they all are either in two institutes. Either they are in physics wala, or either they are in Go classes. The mix of teacher which I have studied. And the basic person which I followed during my GATE also, when I was preparing for my second year, is Ravindra Babu Ravula videos. So these are the basic video lectures and notes I followed, and all the standard books of the subjects I have read once. Okay. But I can give you the Brahmastra of the GATE, or any, I don't know about other exam which I about to be cleared, which I was not able to, because during my 2021 last preparation time, I was getting 60-65 plus in Made Easy test series. So I can tell you the Brahmastra of everything. One, you have developed your basics, that doesn't give you the freedom so that you can solve all the questions. The question can be solved by practice. That's lots and lots and lots of practice. The only difference in my GATE 2020, GATE 2021 and the BRC 2021 exam is questions. Because you are not doing PhD in anything. You want to clear a certain exam which require to solve certain amount of questions in certain time. For that, you need the concept knowledge. You need to understand how speedily you can solve, how speedily you can grab the question by reading the question. And all that comes from only practice. The theory is one thing, learning is one thing. Secondly, the practice, lots and lots of practice is important.
So, bro, in this question only, you have said that we have to look into last 20 years of PYQs. So, like in your preparation, like what is the role of PYQs in your GATE preparation?
The realization that how important the PYQs are. With the one story I can explain. Okay. After clearing my BRC exam, okay, there I told you about a friend which was preparing with me. Okay, he was not able to clear the BRC written exam also, but he was preparing for the GATE with the same intensity with me. Earlier, my concept was little bit better than him. Okay, but what I told him when the November-December came, he was not able to score good. He was around with test series 40 marks, 35 marks. He had a good concept built. But as I said, now that doesn't define you to solve questions. For that, you have to practice a lot. And with the remaining time left, I told him, stop. you are doing the same mistake which I did in my GATE 2020 and GATE 2021. Because I will not be able to give the GATE because of the condition bound with, because the training of the BRC is also a little bit hectic. I was not able to get time to even prepare for the last remaining month for the GATE 2022. So I just left. I decided I will not give the exam. Okay. So, but I decided to guide my friend. When I was able to see that he was not scoring good, I told him, leave everything. You have enough coverage of the subject. Yes, 1 or 2 subjects, some topics are left to complete. But what you can do, pick last 20 years. I made him pick from the GATE 2006 PYQ and told him to solve. He's one PYQ, because now it's important. It's not only important to learn the subject, you have learned the subjects, but when you attempt in the actual main exam, first question can be of algorithm, another question can be of TOC. So your brain should have the right way to switch. Either you waste time in finding your all algorithm questions or C questions. One way is go with that, or don't break the flow. Try to adapt that. If your mind know how to switch from algorithm to DSA or to some TOC to computer network, that can only come with the practice. I told my friend to start from GATE 2006. So he started giving two PYQs one day at a time. I am telling you the truth, the fact. From January 1 he started. February first week it was the paper. The first 12 days he has done 24 PYQs. He was not scoring well. He was honestly giving the paper for 2.5 hours. And yes, he was going around 40, 45 and all. But after giving 24 PYQs, around, he was, GATE 2006, I will say, there are number of set papers also. In 2017, 2018, there were 3 sets paper. So accordingly, he was able to give around 24 PYQ till 2018. Okay, after that, now I told him, now again, what you do, don't just waste the last 2-3 years. If he was giving GATE 2022, so I told him not to waste latest year, 2020, 2021, 2022 paper, because that will be act as your real simulation. Now start giving some test series. So he started giving some test series. What happened? What has improved is he started to understand how to switch between the question. After doing the PYQ, he revised whatever theory notes he has. He revised all the question of the paper he has given. So with this, the reminder of the topic, the reminder of the thing came again and again and again. And what happened? What happened in the actual GATE exam? The person who was not scoring just 20 days before, 40 marks also, he was able to get 444 rank. This is what it all take. If he has just gone with the theory subject and just given 1 or 2 mock, he might even not get into top 1000 rank. So, even he didn't know. When he came out of the exam, he said that maybe I will not be able to clear the cutoff. He was in that, but that doesn't happen. If you have a good, if you practice right in a certain way, if the exam is tough, it is tough for everyone. So that's what it can happen. So that's what the PYQs can do.
So bro, for exams like GATE, so the test series also plays a major role. So for example, let us take a student who is seriously preparing for the GATE exam. Like how many test series one should have to give if someone who are seriously preparing for the GATE exam?
There is nothing called as a count. If I will say you can give 5 tests or you can give 10 tests, it depends how many time. I can define you the roadmap that how you will decide for yourself that 3 is enough, 5 is enough or 10 is enough. It depends. Luckily, how your preparation is going on. Just remember, everyone has to start test series around December 1st. Whatever is your state of syllabus, doesn't matter. You prepare, you just give one. You have to spend just 3 hours and 2 hours for its revision of what you have done in the mock, whatever test series you have given. After the remaining 5 hours, you prepare your subject, whatever you want to prepare. But from the 1st December, if you are preparing for the GATE 2027, for example, okay, 1st December 2026, start your test series. You can start with the subject wise if you want. For 10 days, you can start with the subject wise, whatever subject you have finished. Never think in that process, first let me complete whole December. You will never able to complete the whole subject. I am telling you again, GATE, whether it is GATE AIR 1 or GATE AIR 1000, no one is able to complete the whole subject. Again, no one is that much confident he can say any tough question from any topic of any subject he can solve. He cannot say. Yes, there will be some tough topic for them also. Like for me, if you will talk about the always COA one section, always tough for me. So it will always be there. So what is more important is from December 1, whatever test series you want to take, like you can take for Made Easy, the best, go for the Made Easy, start, or go classes. I will suggest on you to start subject wise and then full length. From the after the December 20 or 25, I will say, start giving full length. You can take one full length for test series and one full length for GATE PYQ from 2006. And if you have enough time left, again 2006 to you can give 2020-26, or I will say you can start from 2012 also. But if you have enough time, you have started from the December 20 after that, then start from GATE 2006 and go till 2026. Okay, if you will solve this many of questions, I can tell you, I guarantee you, you will be feeling more confident when January 20 come into the picture. But the only condition is, it's not only about solving those PYQs. It's about, after solving the PYQ, learning from it. Learning, going back to your notes, revisit your note, revise your notes again and again and again, and practice PYQ again and again and again. And keep the last 3 years, like if you are attempting GATE 2027 paper, keep the last year paper, GATE 2026, 2025, 2024 unsolved. Neither during your practice you should solve them. Okay, then only you will get a real simulation of GATE exam.
So in the previous questions, you have said that you have given GATE exam 2 times. So like while giving that GATE exam for the 2 times, like what mistakes you did in your first attempt and what changes you have implemented in your second attempt to improve your score in GATE exam.
Let me remind that thing again. I have given in 2 attempts, one GATE 2020, then GATE 2021. Okay. What issue I have faced is, I was more into my theory, less into my practice. Yes, during when I was learning each subject at a time, with each section of the subject at a time, well, like if someone has GATE, Made Easy, GATE PYQ, you can see that there's section divided for each subject. I was able to solve all. But the only thing which I was lacking, less revision and less number of question solving. I was till the Jan 15 around, I was still preparing the subjects. I thought last 15 days I will do the PYQ. But what happened is, you keep forgetting what you have learned if you will not revise continuously and continuously. And you cannot just revise by reading the theory. You need to solve the question, then only you will understand whatever theory you have read. Are you able to implement it in the question? Are you taking advantage of the theory to understand the application of that theory into the question? Then only your mind will sink to the theory. Because you don't have to read everything. You have to understand the crux of the theory, which will help to apply it to the question. So that was needed, and that was I was lacking. But it's just something which is in your subconscious mind. But it will not come into your frame of reference that yes, it is required until the situation comes. So that's the same thing I faced in GATE 2020 and 2021. The last 3 months are very crucial. I said, like especially the last 2 months, January and December. It's always crucial. And there the actual game ends. Who, like, simply just consider it like now the cricket match is so much famous. So just consider it like now it's like the last 5 overs. If you will make mistake, it will be a blunder. So that's the same mistake which I did, which I tried to improve. So again, I tell you that I never prepared for BRC exam. I'm telling you it again. I just prepare for my GATE. My subjects are very well versed. So it's someone which is preparing for GATEs and he has prepared it well. I think it will not be very difficult to clear the BRC written exam. Only thing which you have to remember is there are 100 questions to solve in 120 minutes. So just remember, it is not like the GATE exam where 3 hours and you have to solve 65 questions. 100 questions, 120 minutes. So you have to solve your pick and choose. You have a question about 70 to 80 range or 60 to 70 based on your accuracy, and it has to get around 40 to 50% of the marks. Because the cutoff never goes, it's always in the range of 130 to 150.
Okay. Nice. So bro, now we will talk about BARC, your preparation and your journey into BARC. So in the starting of this podcast only, you have said that you have not specifically prepared for the BARC exam. So your main goal is to crack GATE exam with a good rank, and you never wanted to get into BARC. So that was your journey. So how is the BARC exam different from GATE exam in terms of preparation or in terms of difficulty, and what specific changes you have made while giving for the BARC exam?
When we talk about simply right now for the BRC, okay, if I leave or anything about GATE and if I want to prepare the BRC, the first thing, all the subjects which were mentioned in the GATE syllabus is the part of the BRC syllabus. Along with that, 3-4 more subject is added, like software engineering, like OOPS concepts, like web technology, some engineering mathematics, and which is also part of the GATE. But very less question has been asked from these subject, 1 or 2, for software engineering, web technology or OOPS. Mostly whatever your GATE syllabus is, C, DSA, ADA, TOC, compiler design, computer network, DBMS, mathematics and all. If you will leave 1 or 2 questions from mathematics also, mostly question from this. Let's go for see the pattern. Pattern is you have to solve 100 questions, 120 minutes, 2 hours. In 2 hours, you have to solve 120 questions. Which each question, that's the major difference. Each questions carry 3 marks. So there will be questions which can be solved in 5 seconds. And there will be questions which take around 2 to 3 minutes to solve. So there will be question, mix of everything. You have to pick right question. Let me tell you with an example. There was a question of OS, okay, for scheduling. One question is for scheduling and compiler design. Therefore, some compiler, according to a compiler, we have to solve that question. I remember correctly. I know I can solve this OS question also. I can solve this compiler question also. Okay, but I didn't solve it because I know it will take my lot of time. If the time left for me at the end, I will come back to this question. I will solve it. But I cannot waste my 2-3 minutes on this question, whereas I can solve through 2-3 more questions within the same frame. Okay, so that's how you have to choose. You should know your strength, and plus you should use your common sense in the game right now. So I have attempted around 60 to 70 questions only. Let me tell you straight. And how this will come into the picture, especially for the people who are just preparing for the GATE. Let me tell you, don't go without solving some sample papers of BRC. You should know how to read 100 questions, how to pick your zone of questions, so that you can familiar that how your accuracy coming into the picture, that you have to solve 60 to 70 questions or 70 to 80 questions. So that you have to pick the zone. Accordingly, you have to decide that I am able to score 140 plus, 130 plus with the range of question which I am selecting. And for that, you can refer to some good, like any company, any site which is preparing for giving you sample paper of BRC. It can be Solution Adda, it can be ACE, it can be Go Classes, Gate Overflow, I don't know. But I know about ACE and Solution Adda. Okay, you can go there, hardly some 100, 200, 300 rupees maybe. Or you can, if you don't want to pay the fees, just select some, just type in the Google some sample paper for BRC, because the reason is BRC don't give its PYQ. There's it will not reveal your previous year paper of BRC is never revealed. Okay, you can only practice some sample paper, or the thing which you shouldn't miss, last 10-year PYQ, if not less than that, last 7-year PYQs of GATE and 7 to 8 years PYQ of ISRO, so that you have that understanding of concepts. For the people who are not preparing for GATE, that to people I'm saying that you should solve at least 14 years PYQ involving ISRO and GATE, so that you have a crux, you have an understanding, okay, this is the concept, these are the depth of concept which is being asked. So mostly your concept will be covered. You have to remember the concept, you have to remember the theory, you have to remember the approach, and then also practice some sample papers of to understand you can able to read 100 questions in 120 minutes or not, and out of that you are able to pick your range of questions or not. That is also, don't make the gamble there of just ticking or approaching with just out of 4 option, you know 2, so let's take the gamble. Don't do that, because there is a negative marking of -1, and mostly people miss the exam because, like, I know one person who was able to get the marks 140, but how many negative he has done? -20, and cutoff for that BRC exam was 125. So if he has not done that gambling thing, he would have got selected for the return, through the return. And let me add one more thing about it, that BRC doesn't take only through the written exam. If someone has clear the gate, he know he is about to get a good rank, just fill the, if you have filled the paper with both selection through gate and plus through the written exam, you should give the written exam also and allow you to go through the gate. If you are under top 150 rank, mostly you will be called for the interview, mostly. Top 100 to definitely, but top 50, 150 maybe. So And also during the interview there is no division that you are gate AI or 1 or you haven't cleared the gate till now. The best example is sitting right now. It doesn't matter to them. What matter to them? How you perform in your interview, how good, how well, how confidently you answer the questions in the interview. That all matters. Thank you.
So, bro, like finally, you have like a well versed with the subjects of GATE exam as well as for the BARC exam, and you have completely prepared for the BARC exam as well. So, let us assume today is your exam day. So, like, what is the actual strategy you have followed for the actual BARC exam?
Okay, the strategy is very very don't think anything else. I have gone to the exam with nothing in my mind that I want to clear. I have to clear the exam. If I am not able to clear it, then what next? That all thing has to be clear cut off. Only thing is just for you, it's like same as you are giving the exam at your home. That mind has to be come into the picture, because if it doesn't, you will get into the pressure. Okay, let me tell you. For example, when I was in my exam, the BRC exam, GATE 2021. Okay, when I gone there, I sit, and suddenly when I was giving my second or third question, the PC went off. So, if I am in that condition, I would have panicked. Someone else would have panicked, but I wasn't, because for me the BRC exam was nothing. Was the simply the sample test for my GATE. I have not thought through that I want to clear BRC or nothing will happen in my life. That was not my. Maybe it was the GATE 2026, 2027. I would have get in my GATE 2022. Sorry, I would have get into the pressure. But for me, it was nothing else. Again, the PC started with the same time from where it has left. So I was also little bit relaxed. Okay, fine. Then again, what I did while reading the question, I know I have practiced enough. So many questions I was able to solve without even taking my pen. Especially the C questions, especially some questions which I know, some theory questions, some C questions, some OS question, like simple OS state diagram, it come into my picture straight into the mind. So I never used to make diagram or anything, it just click. If you have practiced a lot, it will click and you are able to solve in the right time, in the right manner. So definitely you need to practice like that also. When you are practicing, try to think through. If you have done a lot of practice, you will be able to see that certain question you will not have to pick the pen. Just have to understand, and you will mostly calculate in your mind, and you will be able to solve it. That is needed if you want to read 100 questions and solve it with good accuracy. Yeah.
So, bro, like finally you are giving the BARC exam, and you are shortlisted for the interview. So now you have only one task. So the interview will decide whether will you get into BARC or not. So now you have to prepare for the interview as well. So like, how did you prepare yourself for the interview at BARC?
Yeah, during my time, there was very less the vlogs or very less interview experiences of people for BRC exam. So what I have done, I have gone through Quora for learning blogs, some Geeks for Geeks I have seen for blogs, and there was written a very heavy experience. Like someone has been asked Kruskal algorithm, some has been asked Prism algorithm. I was little bit worried because it may be difficult for me to at that time of moment. It was little bit tricky for me, the algorithm part. Okay, so I was little bit worried, but what I know is whatever will be in my range, I will answer it confidently. That was my motive. So what I did, whatever notes were there, I studied it once, gone through my notes and everything, and again side by side I was preparing for my GATE also. Okay, I was not worried about my interview, but yeah, the only source of my preparation is my theory notes, because one person, I don't remember his name, of civil, he was of civil, but in the YouTube he said, just be versed with your GATE subject. If you have strong hold of your GATE subject, you will be able to clear your interview. That's the only thing I remember. And with that, okay, but I have with that thing in my mind, I prepared my interview and I was going for my interview. And just one thing to mention, I just forgot. During my before my BRC interview, I just have given 1 or 2 sample mocks from the solution adda only. There are people, they will conduct mock for the BRC interview. Let me tell you straight, whatever question they have asked, not even close one question has been asked in my actual interview. The only thing which it helped me is to, if you have never actually faced an interview face to face, then it is good. to give such mock interviews. It can, if you don't want to buy or purchase a gift, then gather some friends who have a good technical knowledge and let them take your interview. That way also it will be fine. But try to have such a mock interview so that you don't get blackout during your actual interview. That is important.
Okay. So bro, in the previous questions only, you have said that for someone who are preparing for the BARC interview, they should have like a strong fundamentals. So let us assume a person who are about to give the BARC interview. For that person, like how important is to have like a strong conceptual understanding of CSC subjects for BARC interview.
It is very much important, especially when it's about the written exam or the question exam. There you have to solve question. How trick you use, how formula you use, that doesn't matter. But in actual interview, anything can happen. They can ask you to draw the logic gates. They can ask you to make a finite automata. They can ask you to write a particular grammar based on the draw a particular automata based on the grammar. They can ask you certain question like process versus thread and different. So you should have the basic, as I said earlier also, just revise your theory subjects. Okay, as a theory, don't revise it like solving a particular problem. Revise it as a theory. You should understand, you should remember all your grammars, you should remember all your OS basic knowledge of state diagrams, basic understanding of your process versus thread, computer network. You should understand the IP addresses, the subnets, the supernets and everything. You have to cover. You shouldn't understand DNS, you should understand ARP, different protocols, and that's all, because they will ask you nothing else but from your gate subjects.
Okay. So bro, like finally, you have cleared the BARC exam and you are shortlisted for the interview, and you have like a well prepared for the interview, and you also given like 1 or 2 mocks for the interview, and you are like completely ready for the interview. So like, can you briefly share your complete interview experience at BARC for scientific officer role?
Yeah, definitely. The BRC interview exam was taken place at Trombay, Mumbai, where there we have BRC main headquarters. So there, when I get into the building where the interview has to take place, then firstly my number was around fourth or fifth. It was the first slot interview, because there are different slot. In my time there was 6 to 7 slot, and I was in the first slot. First slot, around 7 to 10 persons are there around, because generally 80 to 100, I don't know at the current moment, 80 to 100 people, 120 people around get selected for the interview. So my number was on the first slot, and then when I entered, I was the fourth candidate. Let me tell you one thing more. When I entered, there's someone who has not cleared the gate exam till now. Yes, whatever the situation is, but the fact was I haven't cleared the gate exam till now. But when I entered there was 7-8 people were already sitting. Okay, and everyone, let me tell you, whoever I have met there, just because I was just, I don't want to be sitting alone and thinking any stuff. So I started talking to the people there. Okay, so I found that one is AIR gate 44. Then another is gate 150 rank. And another is some rank, another is some rank. I don't know. But they were all under 700 rank, more or less. One thing could be that I should get panicked. Okay, I have to compete with these guys. Secondly, I was very much interested. I started asking them question that what they did for their gate. Then from there only I got one more information that something called as the concept through question is organized by Made Easy, which help you to solve a lot more and more number of questions. Even later on, I have included in my journey of gate, which I haven't able to get, but I made my friend who got gate AIR 444. I made him give those concept through questions of Made Easy. It also helped him a lot. So some knowledge always help. So I didn't panic. I know my aim is to give my best. Nothing else. I don't want to compare anything to anyone. So after my interview came into the picture, after all three have given it. So when I entered, there were around 7 to 8 people sitting like that. Okay. And when I entered there were not, I think there was already AC, but still I was sweating because I was little bit more fat that time. So more healthy, I will say. So yes. So generally what happened, then they told me, which I have learned earlier also through the vlogs, that they will ask you to write some whatever your main subject, 7 to 8 subjects of your gate exam in whatever order you want to write. Okay, so what I did, subject which I was very strong in I wrote top 5 first, then the 1 or 2 subject I have written later on. Okay, one by one they started asking me questions. My first subject was DBMS, then was TOC, then compiler design, then subjects of programming, DSA and all like that. So they started asking from the DBMS, they started asking me normalization, then they have gone to the ER diagram, then some transaction queries simply, and then some query writing so based on some table they have asked me some query also. After that they have gone to the TOC, they have asked me grammar, they have asked me finite automata and everything. Then later on they have gone to some programming, asked a simple programming questions. I can tell you that if you have learned your theory well now, you are able to answer. Like they have asked me the difference between process and thread, they have asked me the state diagram, they have asked me the different questions on like multi-threading. I can tell you what they do now, they start from simple question, they start going to the depth. One thing when you go, which I have gone with my mindset, is they are not there to reject you, they are there to select you. The only thing which you have to make understand is, even you start answering. If you know a certain knowledge about the question, certain word knowledge, just start answering. They will give you hint. If you will lack somewhere or something, they will give you hint. They also want that you are able to answer it, complete the question well. There are certain situations where I got stuck, but they helped me because I was missing something or other, but they give me hints and then I was able to clear it. The only thing you have to go into the mind is, you have to answer is, you have to keep yourself calm, try to understand the question well. Don't just suddenly jump into the answer. Think well, just take a 1 second pause and then try to answer it well. If you are able to check that answer, and they will give you a hint at some point or other, and you will be able to complete it. Moreover, answer it slowly. Make sure that you answer it slowly so that you mind also get the time. Moreover, you have to spend the time there. My interview has gone around 1 hour 15 minutes around, because it's important that you give yourself time so that you don't get panic there. Okay, slowly you have to answer your questions, make them feel confident, don't panic, and certainly you will be able to clear it too.
Bro, do they ask any questions related to your projects in your BTech? Are only questions which are related to CSE subjects in your BTech?
Let me tell you straight, as I said, whatever written subjects which I have written in the BRC exam, whatever subject I have written that's in the GATE syllabus, I have written out of 6 to 7 subjects there on the blackboard. They only asked from those subjects. Other than that, what they have now, they have your file. If you are currently working in some company, they will ask you for just to settle you down. In the starting, they can ask you what you are doing right now, or if you are in a company, what you are doing in that company, what project you are working on. If you are in a company, if you are studying, then they will ask you how was in your college and whatever thing is going on currently in your current life, just to settle you down. Their main focus from where you get the marks in the interview is from those subjects. Whatever is written in your blackboard or whatever you tell them, these are your subjects. Yeah. Let me tell you, there in the panel, for every subject, one expert is there. And that expert, like for me, if there was an expert from computer network, there was a expert from computer network, there was an expert from OS 1 subjects 1 also, there was some DBMS also. So they know their zone, and they will ask you, one person will ask you from that subject till the depth, till the point you are not able to, even from the hint or you are not able to answer, they will stop them, because the time is allotted to them. Maybe 5 to 8 minutes per subject they have been allotted, if I can get.
Okay. So bro, finally you have given the interview and you cleared the interview. So after clearing the interview, so what do you think that helped you to clear the interview? Whether it is your subject knowledge or whether it is your communication, or what do you think that helped you to clear the interview?
Let me tell you, I am also weak in English, okay? I am not so much strong in English, or my vocab is not so much very good. What is important, if you are technically sound, there's a difference. Speaking English and technically sound in English, that is a different thing. If you're technically strong, you know how to make a finite automata, understand your grammar, how to make grammar, finite automata after grammar, because you have learned your subjects well now. You know the difference between process and thread, you know the difference between process schedulings, the different state diagrams, everything. If you know technically that well, you will either be able to explain it through the vocabulary, or you can explain it on the board. What I did, when they asked me certain question like on normalization, I have given one line, two line definition. Then I explained with an example what a normalization is, how it able to eliminate the insert, delete, update anomalies, how it able to eliminate the redundancies. I explain it to a simple example, converting a simple table to 1F, 1NF, 2NF, 3NF normalized value. Sorry, normalized tables. So that's how you can explain. If you are not able to get words, yes, you can in between use your Hindi. But try to answer it more technically. Whatever they ask you, you will be able to answer it well.
So, bro, like finally you have cleared the BARC interview as well. Like you have joined BARC. So, like, what is the further process after clearing the interview?
So, what happened that after my interview, then later on after 1 month, I guess, the result was announced and my name was there in the list. After that, some days after, I got a formal letter, which is with the joining letter, if you say. And then around December 20 or 21 around, 22 around, I guess, I have to report there, 2021. Then after 1 week, my training finally started. So yes, that's how it was. And then generally our training was in again the BRC Mumbai campus. So it was around 1 year, and for us it was not exactly around because of the COVID era, so maybe for 10 months, but currently it is around 1 year. And there the real game start actually, because we have to study all branch subjects along with the nuclear subjects. We have to study all branch subjects, whether it's mechanical, civil, chemical, some subjects we have to study. It's a little challenging, but it's something to learn. It is little hectic, I will say, but it is good, because if things are easy, then why it is a research organization now? So yes, it is challenging, but it is good. It was good because we got a lot of exposure to other subjects, and then in the last we also get to learn our subjects also. So it's fine. It was very good experience during my training time. It was best days because you really meet very good people out there. Where there are very good rankers of different, because for mechanical gate AIR1 I was able to meet, and then other branches also, they were all good knowledgeable people, lot of knowledge to share, lot of knowledge to gain, and it was a very good time for me.
So, bro, after clearing the interview, like you have training of almost 1 year, then currently you have like a 3 years of experience as a scientific officer. So currently, like how is your typical day look like at BARC?
Honestly, it's like right now I am in a defined section. Okay, I work in a particular section of supercomputing section where mostly I deal with some parallelization code, some scientific code for parallelization. Other than that, some web development work I am doing, and during my MTech time I was able my MTech, because yes, after 1 year training, when you get into the job, you have to do one year of some master work. Okay, I was able to get a project to work on cloud, so that I have also done, and some during the training time also in the mini project I have done some AI ML on object detection things. So there's a great exposure. Right now also I work in different domain on different subjects. So as I said, if you really like to work, it is very good where you get a quality of work with less being hectic. Because as I said, you go into the job during the 8.5 hours you work, and after that when you go home, you are completely cut off from your office. So with the work-life balance and the quality of work, it's like a dream come true. So definitely I will say that I love my job. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, how is the work culture at BARC, bro? Like, as you were saying from the beginning of this podcast, the work-life balance is too good. So, like, how is the work culture at BARC?
Yeah, sometimes it depends, if I say, because in which after getting selected, after 1 year of training, you get to choose your post. So where you are placed in which section, which division. But overall, if I will say that, because my different friends have been placed in different division and different sections, it's very good. If you want to work, simple Siva, if you want to work, there is a good quality of work which you can do, which you will contribute, whether in research part, whether in computer science part, where you want to. The work is there. simply. So, and all seniors are matlab, very appreciate. They will appreciate your work. If you are hardworking, if you want to work, they will collaborate with you. They will help you out, and ultimately, you will enjoy working there. Simply. So it's important also. Yes, there can be cases, exception cases sometimes, but mostly, if I say 99% of the time, if I'll say you, the seniors are very collaborative to you, that they will help you out. And yes, the one thing is important, the difference you want to understand from the corporate life and here in BRC. I cannot tell you about any other organization. In BRC, I can tell you, being a computer science, I cannot tell you with respect to other branches, but being a computer science person, when you are involved in a certain project, like, you are the developer, you are the tester, you are everything for that project. At most you can get 1 or 2 people more. It's not like that you are working 10 to 12 people team. The project is similar to what you get in the corporate. It can be a web development, it can be something to develop, some software to develop, but you are the only developer, you are the tester, you are everything, you are the backend developer, you are the full stack developer of that project. That is something, the resource issue is there, because that's also part of the challenge, that's the part of the job. But because here is not that is strict deadline that give it to me within 4 days or 10 days. They give you enough time also. With certain increment of version, you can work with the given time and you can solve it, and you can improve yourself skill accordingly also. So yes, that's how work. That's the difference between the corporate culture and the BRC culture.
So, bro, you are from computer science background. So, from how many branches students can apply for the BARC?
Uh, if I miss out some branch, you can see it again in the brochure, which will be released every year. It is released before the I think last week of December of every year. It generally get released. So mostly mechanical, civil, electrical, chemical, civil. Bioscience, physics, chemistry. I think instrumentation, metallurgy, and computer science. If I miss any, then yeah, you can see it in the brochure. So mostly 7 to 8 branches are there.
So, bro, like after clearing the interview, you have to do training for the 1 year. Then you start your journey as a scientific officer. So, like, how much salary one can expect at BARC as a scientific officer, like as an entry level officer?
Uh, Firstly, I can tell you one thing. Don't dream of this job to be like a corporate salary package. Okay. Here the people come who want a stable work-life balance, along with that a stable income. You will never be able to get, like, if you are in a corporate, if I say right now you are currently earning 1 lakh, maybe after 5 years you might be earning 4 lakh, 5 lakhs. It depends if you are skillful, if you are able to switch well and all. But that doesn't work here. Maybe your growth of salary remain. If you start here with 1 lakh, maybe at best you can reach 1,20,000 or 25,000. So that one I want to make a clear picture of it. Okay, what is important here, that at the entry level you will get around, along with HRA DA plus 1 lakh, and everything is mentioned in the brochure also. Every year you get around 1 lakh around press also. So the salary goes like that. But to get the exact value, exact amount, I will tell you to refer. You can refer to the brochure. So gross salary is around 1,30,000. I guess I remember what. But in hand you will get around 1 lakh along with the HRDA.
So, bro, this is the final question for this podcast. So, what is the best piece of advice you will give to someone who are planning to join BARC, especially from Tier 3 college?
Let me tell you, if you are preparing it good, okay, preparation is right. Whatever I said till now, all thing applied. If you have followed it correctly, and till now, if you have prepared it well, just prepare your PYQs well. Practice some sample paper. You will be easily able to clear the written. After that, even if you have some doubts, you can message me on my LinkedIn. I am sure to help you during your interview time also with some guidance. As I said, you have to prepare your theory subjects well and just revise whatever you have and go confidently into the interview. Secondly, also, if you somehow missed your preparation, just remember, BRC exam right now take place every year. Okay, if you're preparing well, somehow if your gate exam didn't get well, if you are in certain job, don't lose hope. If you are in a kind of job where you are not seeing much progress and you are stuck in for certain package, the best thing is to go for the GATE or go for MTech, and there you give your 2 years, you will get into 50-60 LPA package easily if you prepared well during your interview, in your MTech. Secondly, don't leave your preparation. If you are prepared, nothing goes wrong. Your hard work cannot go into ruin. If you keep preparing, whatever you have said, practice lots of questions, keep test series and all, the next year, again you will face it, again you can give your GATE exam. Maybe it can go well. Secondly, BRC, ISRO exam, DRDO exam, as I say, certain exam, all carry the same level, grade level, pay level 10. Okay, so being gazetted officer, scientific officer, you can become there also. So follow the same GATE syllabus. So give it yourself one more year, honestly, like I have given. So you will also get into the good place, into a good area, because you have given enough time to the GATE. Then just give yourself 1 year with good preparation. You will be able to clear it. Thank you.
So guys, I will give Ayush bro's LinkedIn profile link in the description. So if you want to connect with Ayush bro, make sure you check with that link. So Ayush bro, once again, thank you so much. You have given like a plenty of information for my audience, and you have given some of your valuable time for me as well as for my audience. Thank you so much once again.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. It was pleasant talking to you also. You are doing a great job. At this era of time where AI is so much at the worst, like people think that their job is gone. Let me tell you again, job is there. Even in the AI field, job is there. It's just you have to improve your skill, you have to improve your knowledge. And the main important for the computer science student is to base of the computer science is mathematics. Don't leave it. There's a reason why in GATE or in computer science subject there is engineering mathematics or discrete mathematics, because that is a base on which every subjects come into the picture. So don't leave your aptitude, and overall prepare your coding, whatever you're doing. If you're in computer science, you want to go in your private, whether it is, you have to keep updating your skill on a regular basis. My best suggestion, you will don't go for if there are good YouTube videos, good people you should follow. But what I do, follow the Udemy. There are a lot of good courses are out there which you can practice in whatever field you want to. It is a very good platform which most of the people neglect, and what they follow is some crash courses of people who just come onto the YouTube from some certain company and they want to grow. Don't do that. Just go into the Udemy, follow a good whatever domain courses. You will upgrade yourself very well in very less amount of money. That only my best suggestion if you are in the corporate. Let other for the GATE preparation or any other preparation, solve lots of questions, revise well. You will be able to clear it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. So thank you. Thank you very much.
So this is all about Ayush bro's journey to BARC. I hope this podcast has helped you to gain understanding of how to enter into BARC. So if you like this podcast, make sure you hit the like button and also share with your friends and relatives who are planning to join BARC. And I will upload this kind of podcasts in future. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications just by hitting that bell icon. So this is your Joshua Kumlakar signing off.